Alright, I have a PS4 Slim. It has been opened before as it's missing its screw. Now let's plug it in and see what happens. Nothing on the power. That feels smushy, man. It feels smushy. So no power at all. So let's get the hard drive out. It's missing its hard drive screw. That's outstanding. And the little rope thing here is. Can I? Let's see if I can take this off without taking the hard drive out. I'm not sure I can. I don't see why I couldn't though. There we go. What was that, dude? Okay. Dusty on the inside. Missing the screws. Except for like one. Lord have mercy, man. It's amazing to me. People are such liars. Yeah, we dropped this and it wouldn't power on. But I gotta tell you, man, no power button. Ah, people kill me, man. People 100% kill me. Dude, what has this thing? Are there screws down here? Fan's not plugged in? Oh my gosh, man. The further I take this apart, the more I get mad, man. The absolute more I get angry. Dude, what on earth? Okay. Alright, so the board doesn't look too bad. I mean, I don't know if at a minimum I need a power switch, so I need to go find a power switch to and some screws, obviously, to hold this in. Okay, the fan has screws, so that's good. So, and the disk drive is missing all of its screws. The disk drive is missing all of its screws, which tells me that the disk drive is bad too. Oh my gosh, me. All right, let me go find some parts to try to put this thing back together and go from there. All right, I found my parts disk drive. I never thought I'd be using the screws, you know, from the device to move over, but you never know what you're going to find when you get stuff off of. So I think that's all of them, maybe? We'll see. Okay. That's fixed. Now I need to... So I have this one, and this is the one. This is the one that had the disk drive. Wouldn't work, if you remember. So what I might do is just disassemble this. And I might just disassemble this and put this motherboard in this case to, because I'm going to have to take all the parts from this case anyhow to make that one complete. So I don't know. We'll see if this fits in here. This is the board from the improperly disassembled. Let me guess. This is the wrong plug. 1, 2, 3, 4 pins. 1, 2, 3. No, that's right. Dude, what in the earth? I think this is the wrong plug or something. Okay. Okay. New plan. A new plan. Let's remove this. Let's take this one. So we got a new power switch. And let's take this. Let's take this. Do that like so. Alright. And this ribbon cable doesn't look so good, you know what I'm saying? Look at that thing, man, crinkled up. Alright. There's that. We're going to hope this cable, we're going to hope that cable's good. If it's not, we can replace it. What is this, dude? Oh my goodness. Bro, look at this. That's fixed. So let's borrow a screw to put in there. Sorry, y'all just mixed me. This thing was all crinkled up. I need to make sure I keep the camera on what I'm doing. Okay, so now let's take our little deal here and let's, that's good. Now let's take, and this was the power supply that came with the console. Get that back in there. Put you in here. Now, let's make sure it powers all settled down on there. Alright, let's put the, that is not the correct hard drive. It's a hard drive from a PS3. Alright, plug in our power switch. We're going to secure said power switch like so, and then we are going to try to cut it on. And it cuts on. Let's switch over to scene 2. I've got the bars, so that means it's outputting, it's at least detecting HDMI. Alright, it went to a white light. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. It went to a white light, but I don't see anything on the camera. So I think it finished. It went back to a white light, so I think it must have finished, and it gave the 3 beeps to say, hey bro, this thing was not shut down properly, etc., etc. But we're still not getting any output to the capture card. So I'm thinking then that there's something wrong with the HDMI circuit. So that's going to be our starting point. After all that, that's the starting point. So let me get the board back out, and then we will figure it out together. Alright, so I got the board out, and I'm looking at the HDMI port, which is, and it looks to me It looks to me like this has been pushed back. If we look at this, the HDMI port, it's shoved back in there super far. Maybe you can see it on the camera better. Do you see how far it's back in there? It looks like it's been slid back. So I think the issue is with the HDMI port. That's what I think. It has to be. So I don't know what this black thing is right here. Let's see if we can get it out of the way. Or are the things yeah, you see the pins moving when I pull this? Okay, so we're just going to try to remove we're going to try to remove the HDMI port. So I'm just putting low melt on to hopefully make the removal of this port a little easier. I cannot see the pins on the other side, so we're just going to hit it with hot air until the port falls off. And hope that I don't have any ripped pads. Alright, it came off. Let's suck out the holes with the solder sucker. Once we're here. Actually, I'm not going to do that. There's too many components in there. I will whip that away. Alright, let's flip the board over and see. Okay. All the pads look to be in good shape. So alright, so I think before I put the port on, I am going to check in diode mode to ensure that I don't have any open filters, or I don't have any problems with the chip on the output side. So just like I've talked about with that Xbox, I'm going to put my multimeter in diode mode. I'm going to put my red probe on ground and my black probe on each one of these filters to ensure I have continuity between 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. And so I've proved that the input to the Panasonic chip is not open and it's not shorted. I've also proved that my filters are not open, and I've also proved that they're not shorted between each other. So that's good. So I think I feel comfortable at this point going ahead and putting my port on. With that being said, I don't want to get a bunch of solder on those little holes there. How do I not do that? So let's, I guess, be very careful and not do it. So let's, we're going to put solder in all of our Alright, so let's fill up these holes with solder. Okay, alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hang it off the edge of my desk, and I'm going to heat it up from the bottom, and when I see the solder melt, then I'm going to go ahead and take my new port and put it on. Once I heat it up, I'll just put it on there just like that. Make sure it's sitting on there right, and then it'll be good to go. So, yep, that's what we're going to do. Alright, so let's turn it around and check the pins and touch up the ones that are loose. They are all solid, so let's clean up. All right, let's see what the backside looks like. Dude, look at that, bro. I mean, that's perfect. I don't even have to touch them up. I just have to clean. That is perfect, man. All right, so yeah, I think this is going to fix our issue with the HDMI output. So I'm going to put it back together enough to test, and then we'll give it a test and see if the disk drive works and whatever else we have to do to that. So that was step one. Let's see if that fixed the video out. I'll be back in a bit. All right, I got everything put back together. So let's turn it on. Switch, oh, there we go. All right, so we got video. So let's wait for it to get done doing its thing. Okay, so let's try to put a disc in. Oh my lord, it actually took the disc. It's reading the disc. I'll be dang. It actually reads the disc. Let's see if I can use the controller wirelessly. I can use the controller wirelessly. Let's eject this disc. Let's remove disc. That way we don't have to listen to that. Or what? What's it doing, dude? Okay, there's something wrong. Okay, so now it won't take the disc again. I guess I gotta take this stupid disk drive apart. Okay, so does it connect to, will it see networks? Yes. Okay. So why won't it, what's the deal with the disk drive, bro? Alright, so, yeah. Alright, I gotta take the disk drive apart and see what's wrong, so I'll be back when I have that done. Alright, so this is the Blu-ray disc out of its shell. You can notice these are open and they're not supposed to be, so I went ahead and loosened the screws to remove this piece to see what's going on. And so one thing I notice is that, dude, what's up with this thing, bro? What is going alright, I don't know what's up with this. I think this is supposed to be like that. Yeah? What's it stuck on there? Oh, you know what the problem is? It's missing its spring. It's missing its spring right here. That's the problem. So let's take this spring. And I didn't eat enough today, and I'm a little shaky. Alright, so let's take this. Let's take this. Oh my goodness, y'all. Let's just do this. Alright, so that's back on. Spring's on there. That's how it's supposed to work. And so earlier it just opened up. I took the disc out and this was still open. So the console thought there's still a disc in there, or the disc hasn't been removed. So yeah. So that should be, and I think what ended up happening was, I think the people were telling the truth. They dropped it and they damaged the HDMI. That's what happened. And so they disassembled the console. I guess didn't feel like putting all the screws back in. And they disassembled it just so they could get their stupid disc out. You know? Anyhow, that's amusing. But yeah, I think we're going to be good to go when we put this back together. So let's blow some of this out. And since we're in here, we may as well clean the rollers, right? We're going to do our due diligence here on this console. Go ahead and clean the rollers. I need some clean Q-tips. So let's just take some isopropyl alcohol and let's just give these a good clean. Even though it took the disc in fine and spit the disc out fine. You know, if we sell this to somebody, we want to be able to say we changed the thermal paste. And all of that stuff. We don't sell Bobo PS4s on the TJ fixes stuff, you know what I'm saying? We don't do it. We don't sell Bobo stuff. We sell quality working items. All right. Let's put this back in there. Uh-oh. No, dude, don't do that to me. Don't do it. Lord have mercy. All right. Let's just give this a quick wipe down with a Q-tip and make sure all the dust is removed. And we will give the laser just to make sure, very gently clean it. And we can go ahead and put this back on. And then we can put our screws back. All right. So there we have it. So I think this is going to work fine. So I'm going to put it completely back together, change the thermal paste, do all of that, and then when it's completely back together, we will give it a final test to make sure everything's good to go. All right, here's the test. Will it take the disc in and will it spit the disc back out? Took the disc in. Disc is spinning up. Haha! It's fixed, y'all. So it was missing its spring. Alright, well, this was a long fix. It really was. But it's all working now. I don't have any screws for my other PS4, but that's not a big deal. It's only good for parts anyway. So anyhow, appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you in the next one.